Hey everybody, welcome again to another episode of Just for Fun Games. My name is Azzy, over there is my friend Roy, and we're here to talk about Godzilla vs. Kong. I can't get through a take without fucking up, but oh well, whatever. So just like we did when we reviewed Zack Snyder's Justice League, we're going to focus on no spoilers in the beginning, give our impressions, and then towards the end, we're going to talk about the nitty-gritty. So till that point, overall, if you saw the first Godzilla movie in this series, and the impressions you walked away with were, wow, the fights are really great. I loved Godzilla and every moment that he was on screen. And the rest was, yeah. Congratulations, you're going to enjoy some more of the same.
Hold up now. I might have to pause it right there, because did you see King of the Monsters? Godzilla, King of the Monsters?
Yeah.
Okay, there was a lot more Godzilla in that. He was fighting everybody.
Did you actually pause it?
No, why?
Oh, yeah, you said I got to pause it right there.
I didn't. I didn't.
My bad. I was confused because I actually wanted to talk about this. I feel like that movie was an overcorrection to the complaints that the original movie got about a lack of Godzilla. But the point isn't that any time that the monsters were on screen that I was bored or anything like that. Quite the contrary. It's that I didn't give a fuck about everything that was around them.
Yeah.
Like the humans.
Yeah.
I don't remember anybody's fucking name.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. There are reoccurring characters in this movie that were in the previous one. The names.
Hey, look, I remember like two characters in this whole movie, and that's the chick that played in Prestige that hung herself. I don't remember her name. She was also in Iron Man 3. And
yes, she was. Yes, she was.
And Millie Bobby Brown, 11 from Stranger Things. That's the only two characters I remember. Don't remember the character names.
You know who I keep thinking of? And again, don't know his name in the movie, but his name is Alexander Skarsgård. He was the Hollow Earth scientist that just kept seeming to have what at the time is like a really bad idea. And he just turned to the Kong scientist. He's like, you gotta do my bad idea. Come on, you gotta do it. And she's like, I guess you're right.
Yeah. Also, the other actor.
What if you lied? No spoilers. Sorry. No spoilers.
Yeah, so the other actor was the kid from Deadpool 2, the one that they were trying to save. He was in there too, and yeah. And I'm gonna tell you, he went on
Fire Fist.
I don't care.
No, he was. Yeah. No,
I mean, this movie, I guess he was trying to bring the little comedy relief in it, and it was not hitting at all.
The one guy, the podcast conspiracy theory guy, he brought the comedy. Fire Fist, get your paycheck, boy. But they ain't need you for this movie.
Nah.
He was just the literal faceless blob that was, and I'm not saying that because he's brownish, but he was just he was just that faceless personality that was just supposed to be going we shouldn't be doing this. Why don't we just go home, guys? That was his entire purpose. Just keep repeating cowardly platitudes and okay.
Yeah, but like I said,
or the other two to just freaking ignore.
But overall, I enjoyed the movie. I mean, I'm not gonna say this was great by any means. It's not this is the movie you gotta see this year. It's the most action-packed. There was action near the end, but they had the little spots for the humans and stuff like that. And most of those stories, they were okay, but there's something about these Godzilla and namely Godzilla. Those movies have issues with character development for those that make me care about these humans. At this point, I'm like, well, fuck them, just kill them all. Where Kong, Skull Island,
what happened to Tywin Lannister?
Who?
The guy who played Tywin Lannister. He was the one at the end of the previous movie that got the head of Ghidorah. He's gone and replaced with a dude who's just trying to do his best impression of what's his face from Wonder Woman 1984. It's like, what do you want, Godzilla?
I thought the same thing. I thought the same thing. So no spoilers, no spoilers. But
no
yeah,
spoilers.
he did give off that vibe because when some parts in this movie they didn't need, like that whole commercial for the Apex company. I didn't need to see that. That was so corny. It was like, and I like you said,
the name
like,
of the company gives it away.
Apex. But yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I
feel like the world building was like entertaining. It's again another movie that it's like if you just shut down your brain and you enjoy like the visuals, there was a lot there to love. There's a lot there to love. But then but like I couldn't not turn off my brain, sadly, and I'm sitting here looking at this shit like, you're telling me it's been 5 years and we got this shit now? A lot of like the window dressing kind of just like took me out of it. Like how technology for humans
way too advanced. Too advanced.
In 5 years. In 5 years for the previous movie. It's like, all right. Also, you know what's another character that they didn't need in there? Like the CEO's daughter.
Oh yeah. I mean, she was hot. That was it.
Sure, she's hot, but it's just
she was hot.
She was such a caricature. You knew what she was. Yeah. Oh god. But no. Did you think it? I don't know I can't remember who your pick was to win.
We both said Kong. Or did you say Godzilla? Because I remember I said Kong.
I said Godzilla.
Well, okay. So, I wanted Kong to win. So we're not gonna spoil who won in this part of the video. So, but yeah, somebody does win. I mean,
it went exactly the way. It went exactly the way I thought it was going to go. But the thing is that like just because you know the shape of the roller coaster doesn't mean it's not fun to ride. Like the entire time you're waiting in line for said roller coaster, you're looking at the thing. You see where all the loops are. It's not going to be particularly surprising. But as long as you go in there knowing what you're going to get, I mean, can't be that disappointing. I definitely wouldn't say I was disappointed. Also, it ended really abruptly.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, there was nothing else to do, I guess, but it still just felt weird. I guess I was expecting like some teases in the
credits.
In the credits, because that's what they'd done in the previous 2 movies.
Yep.
Maybe you think this is where they're going to end it?
I think I read an article is why they said they didn't have a post-credit scene is because they want to see how this one fares in their whole MonsterVerse thing. So I don't know. We might get another, not Godzilla versus Kong, but I would like to see another Kong movie. About say shit, Godzilla got 2 plus, and then we're gonna, if you want to include this one, he's got 3 movies under his belt.
Kong got 2 too. Kong got 2 too.
Where Kong got what? The Peter Jackson version? No, I'm not counting that.
No. And Kong Skull Island.
No, we're not counting.
They both technically are canon.
No, Kong Skull. No. Kong Skull Island is canon to this. Peter Jackson, that shit. They weren't even thinking about this movie when Peter Jackson made his version. Man,
of course not.
Exactly. So get that shit out of here.
Oh, but it's still, as far as I know. I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong. But it is still technically canon, including Peter Jackson's.
I'm about to go get my phone over there.
I don't think I ever.
Matter of fact, I do. I forgot. I got a computer right here, motherfucker. Hold on, we're gonna do this now.
All right.
Peter Jackson's.
I didn't know you hated it like that.
I don't want to consider Peter Jackson's King Kong part of the MonsterVerse. Art. MonsterVerse? This is gonna be interesting. It is not. Like I said, that's its
For
own.
real.
That is its own separate thing.
Isaiah, correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, but I'll say it's just the Peter Jackson was the remake of the 1933 version.
Yeah.
Let me go.
I mean,
let me go even deeper because
it was the timeline as far as I remember.
Hold on, because there's a thread here saying, is Kong Skull Island a part of Peter Jackson's thing? So let's see. Okay, so no, Skull Island's not connected to Peter Jackson's work in any way. So yeah, get that Peter Jackson shit out of here.
Skin off the back of my giant monkey.
So yeah. Anyway, before we digress.
Anyway, yes. So if I were to give this movie a score, I would give it a 7. Easiest score I could freaking give it. It's not bad. If you, like I said, if you know what you're getting, or if you know what to expect from it, based on the previous 2 movies, then you know what you're getting. You'll enjoy the parts that you enjoy, and the parts you know you're not gonna like, you're just you'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I give it a 7 as well. I mean, we knew what we were coming in for. Did we need certain scenes? Hell no. Excuse me. But I mean, it's an enjoyable movie. If you like Godzilla, you like King Kong like me, hey, you just want to see him fight? There you go. You finally got the fight you were looking for. Not like how the old one used to be, which was, I just watched that clip and oh my god, that shit was weird.
Yeah, no. It's a great fight, and it'll definitely stay in the lexicon. I could totally see them coming out with another movie. So here's hoping. But nonetheless, from this point, we're going to be talking about spoilers. So for those of you who have yet to see the movie, I hope you do see it and then come back and comment down below. Maybe check out our spoiler section. But if you are leaving us, just to let you know, we will be streaming It Takes Two again this Friday, basically around the same time as we did the last time. Hopefully you had fun. But otherwise, consider this your spoiler warning. Yeah, so the humans' contribution to the big monster fight, of which, like, the first time they clashed and Kong was taken underwater, correct me if I'm wrong, but the depth charges would have fucked up Kong too, wouldn't have they?
Hey man, there's so many loopholes in this movie, man. It's ridiculous. I'm not worried about at that point. I wasn't worried about that.
It was just, anytime like the humans were on screen, they were just like throwing shit at us, and it's like you just had to go like, oh, okay. It's like, oh, so they actually did try to go down to the hollow earth, but there's like a gravitational field that killed the first team. Also, when they were heading down there, why did they make a kaiju-sized hole in order to get there? Would that have been normal? But nonetheless, it's like, oh yeah, no, we need special ships to get down there. Fast forward, and Godzilla just makes a fucking shortcut.
Yeah,
if he could just dig through, why wasn't that an option?
Well, they could have controlled Kong. He was on a rampage. He was pissed off because of what Apex was doing. And then he saw Kong. Rampage. Yeah, so he saw Kong. He's like, yo, man, this motherfucker ain't no goddamn king. Let me show him something. I can take out my goddamn little laser beam. But it was cool. It
was cool when like he slotted the axe in, and then like all the other axes lit up into the shape of Godzilla. But it's still like, okay, but was the floor the power source? Why were the axes reacting in a magical manner? And then like CEO daughter chick is like stereo, like it's like we need to get a sample. And it's like, okay, so how are they going to get this sample back up to them so they can actually use it as a power source? Oh, they don't actually need it. They just have to scan it, and then they can replicate it.
They downloaded it.
They downloaded energy. They just downloaded a power source. It's like, how? They didn't even piece together. They didn't even piece together a giant like tube with a laser beam to make a new element like, oh, Iron Man 2 light. They just like, oh, nope, now we have it, and we can turn on our giant Mecha Godzilla, which, like with Star Trek Into Darkness, it was just a horrible fucking secret because they gave it away. Like, it was a Terminator trailer or something.
Yeah, I mean,
it took 2 days in that initial trailer for people to figure that shit out.
Yeah, and plus they were releasing the toys way before the movie came out, so that was the other spoiler for that. But you know, the whole part with the humans where they had to go to Hollow Earth, that was just Journey to the center of the Earth. That's all that was. And I was like, okay, we coming here. We got to bring Kong's ass. Now, I will go say that the fight with Kong and Godzilla was great. Now, there was the part where Kong finally had Godzilla had Kong beat, and Kong just passed out, and Godzilla technically won. And then Mecha Godzilla comes up and he beats the shit out of Godzilla. Like, he was taking his head, busting it through the buildings and everything. It was great. And then, you know,
they said prior to the movie coming out that there was going to be a definitive winner. And I remember talking about it with Kevin before. It's like, well, how can they have a definitive winner but without Kong technically losing? Well, Godzilla is more than likely going to deck out Kong. So, yay, I was right. But then it'll be a rock paper scissors thing. Godzilla beat Kong. Kong beat Mecha Godzilla because Mecha Godzilla beats Godzilla. Everyone wins, sort of.
Nah, I say we know who really won, and it was fucking Godzilla. As sad as I hate to say it, Godzilla won this. Kong just happened to get lucky by the humans with that stupid ass anti-gravity whatever vehicle they got, and brought his ass back to life. Well, he wasn't dead, but he brought, like, his heartbeat was low. So they pretty much did, you know, clear, you know, brought him back like that.
Oh yeah, no, that contribution. Okay, fine. They set it up early on where it's like our super special ship thing can go through that like black hole, almost gravitational field. Have the amount of power to light up Vegas. Like, okay, that's a specific factoid you just dropped on me. It's the other contribution from Millie Bobby Brown's team where it's like they're trying to figure out the password to just shut down Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah, and they got locked out.
And it's like they got locked out like it was an iPhone. So it's like, I know, we'll just pour shit into it. And then it's like, it doesn't even shut it down. It's like they were at the wrong terminal. All they turned off was the tail. Congratulations. You turned off the fucking tail.
Yeah, well, Kong pretty much axed his ass to death. At one point, I thought the axe was going to be like the shit from God of War where Kong throw it and grab it back, you know? But it's, I hate to say
I don't know why. I thought like when they were in the Hollow Earth and Kong was getting into that place that you can call his home, I was like, I'm getting He-Man vibes. He just found Castle Grayskull. He just got the axe of power.
Yeah, I wish they explored that Hollow Earth a little bit more. Like, okay, so who built that, you know, place for Kong?
Yeah,
but I say it was just like, oh, your people were here, but they weren't there. So where did they go? So are they still somewhere on Hollow Earth? Don't know.
I know. Did you actually see Kong Skull Island? Yeah. I only saw bits and pieces. I never actually saw the entire thing.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
So when did that chick? I'm guessing she was in that movie, correct?
Who?
The Kong scientist.
She wasn't in that movie. Hold on, let me look it up.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I was trying to guess because that movie takes place like decades before. Before this one, right?
Yeah. Timeline. Why am I pulling up images? Yeah. So that Kong Skull Island took place in 1973.
Yeah, because like Alexander Skarsgård just turns to her and goes like, Remember when you said that you thought that Skull Island was just like the hollow Earth risen to the surface? It's like, when she say that? You just turn around and saying shit now.
Hey, well, at least she didn't hang herself like in Prestige.
I mean, there's no Christian Bale to lie to her about whether or not he loves her. So
not today.
I mean, you hit the nail on the head. It was Journey to the Center of the Earth. I'm looking for Brendan Fraser. It's like, where's my hands?
So yeah, that's what the human aspect of it, and then you had Kong and Godzilla, Mecha Godzilla, duking it out. Yeah. And I like the fact that they used Ghidorah's skull for, Mecha Godzilla. That was pretty cool. I was like, oh yeah, I did forget about that in Godzilla, King of the Monsters. That they
explaining how they were effectively controlling the robot, because like I'm guessing the actual whole head was in the mech, and they were using the remnants of one of the other ones in order to control in order to take advantage of the psychic link to him. Not to mention Ghidorah had some kind of healing factor, because he did he had lost a head and regrew it. It just made me sit back and think that like there was a possibility that we would actually see like Ghidorah kind of burst forth from Mechagodzilla, possibly.
Nah. I'm about to say I'm not too big on the Godzilla lore or anything like that, but we love that meme. Well, we love that meme.
Original Ghidorah is an alien.
Yeah, we love that meme of save Mothra. Why did you say that name?
Save Martha. But the thing that got me, it's like, okay, so they're mimicking the power source that's effectively the same as Godzilla's atomic breath. In the previous movie, we saw that Godzilla can absorb radiation and then release it as he sees fit in like a big ass pulse that can melt a giant kaiju. But apparently, he can't absorb the energy that Mechagodzilla was firing off. It's like, shouldn't he like not even feel that shit?
I don't know what I'm about to say. I don't question any of this shit. I just let it happen.
I couldn't turn my off. I couldn't turn my brain off.
Stop overthinking about this. If
I was looking at the fucking elevator that Millie Bobby Brown was calling them into. It's like, who the fuck makes their elevator like neon pink? It had like all these like neon pink lights.
Anyway,
it's like now you're just trying to be techie, like in that like 10-year-old's idea of what the future looks like.
Too much technology in this. Way too much. Like,
oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, they built a subterranean maglev rail train from, what was it?
Florida,
San Francisco to China.
No, it was from
Florida to China. Even worse. It's like, how?
And Godzilla's like, hey, look, I can do this in seconds. Watch this. But anyway,
thank you so much for joining us. What did you think of the movie? Go ahead and put your comments down below. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you know when we're putting out new content. And make sure you check us out on Twitch. It's Just for Fun Games J4FG_live. This Friday, when we're going to be streaming once again, It Takes Two.
It takes two to make a thing go right.
Yeah. Hopefully we can do some more of that versus stuff. I'm still in the lead, if you remember.
Yeah,
if you were watching, I'm still in the lead.
Yeah, 2-1. Be all right.
All right. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. See you next time. Peace.
Deuces.